Hello, everybody. We are POSmart. I'm Joshua Gunderson. We have Isaac Hall, Henry Zhang, and Morris Liu. So first, I'm going to talk about what I have done. My responsibilities. I had database schema setup. I did all of the seeding. I did all of the database testing, and I wrote all of the database service methods to make sure that we could connect it to the front end. And next, I'm going to send it over to Isaac Hall to talk about his contributions.
Hello, my name is Isaac Hall. I was responsible for the front end logic and UI, as well as the full stack assistance around integrating all of the Rank 3 features. I did a little bit of work on the deployment, and I did a majority of the debugging and making sure that the app actually worked.
Hello, my name is Henry Zhang. I primarily worked on the backend for this project. My major responsibilities were to write router functions for inventory management, item management, layout customization, and item orders, and I also worked on controller functions for item management and orders.
Hey everyone, I'm Morris. I'm part of Team POSmart. For this project, I focused on designing and building the front end of our system, basically everything the user interacts with. That includes the full iPad optimized layout, making sure it's intuitive and making sure it works smoothly across devices. So today, I'm going to quickly walk you through what POSmart is and the problems we're trying to solve.
So, what exactly is POSmart? At a high level, POSmart is a point-of-sale system designed specifically for small and medium-sized food businesses. It handles everything you expect from a POS, like ordering, payments, and menu management. So before building POSmart, we looked at existing POS systems and found a few major problems. First, a lot of them are just really expensive. Between subscription fees, hardware costs, and add-ons, it can get pretty overwhelming, especially for small businesses. Second, many systems aren't very intuitive. The interfaces can feel outdated or cluttered, which slows down employees and increases training time. So that's where POSmart comes in. Our solutions is to build a self-configurable POS systems that includes ordering, payments, menu management, and order customization all in one place. First, we focus on affordability. By reducing hardware requirements and simplifying the system, we make it much more accessible. Second, we reduce hardware limitations. Instead of locking users into proprietary devices, POSmart works with iPad and standard card readers. And third, we add useful features that actually matter, like customizable menus, flexible layouts, and tools that adapt to different restaurant setups.
On the front end, we're using React Native with Expo. We went with React Native because this is a point-of-sale system that needs to run on a physical tablet at a restaurant. A mobile-first framework made more sense than a web app. Expo gives us a fast development workflow and handles things like image picking and secure storage out of the box. We also used Handstack React Query for server state management, which handles caching and refetching clean. The backend is in Node.js and Express Server written in TypeScript. It exposes a REST API that the frontend communicates with. We use Prisma as our ORM. It gives us a type-safe query layer on top of Postgres and made schema migrations much easier to manage throughout the project. For the database, we're on Postgres hosted on AWS. The schema covers restaurants, users, tables, menu items, option groups, and orders. It's pretty normalized. For cloud and tooling, we use AWS EC2 to host the backend and AWS S3 to store menu item images and generated receipt PDFs. We use Stripe for payment processing. We designed in Figma, containerized with Docker, and use GitLab for version control and CI.
Alright, to start the POSmart demo, I'm going to go ahead and log in with an already made account. And we're going to get right into it. So first off, I'm going to show off our ordering system, our menu management, then I'm going to move on to things you can do with orders, go ahead and move on to our settings, and then I'm going to show off the Stripe payment lastly. Alright, so you'll notice that this is our menu. We have a kind of array of ordering. We have like chips, veggie burgers, colas, onion rings. It's not ordered in any specific orders, like burgers first, drinks second. It's ordered by popularity, so this means that chips have been ordered the most, so they're going to be up here at number 1. You'll notice that the sides, the burgers, the drinks are all categorized into their own categories, and if we click new order, we can go ahead and start a new order. So we can go ahead and get started with the, let's say we wanted some onion rings. You'll notice there are multiple different popularity metrics we have on these options. So small and large items are both pretty popular for these, so they both get a special border and a special emoji. So let's go ahead and choose large since that sounds good. All right, now let's imagine we got 3 onion rings. we can click on these, we can edit them. So let's say we want to downsize to small, it'll go ahead and automatically update to small. If we want to hold the order, so we want to order it but not pay for it quite yet, we can select a table to apply this order to, and this will allow us to hold the order. This creates an order in the back end and will allow us to deliver items, allow restaurants to deliver items to customers without needing to go through an entire payment process first. If we go ahead and go to the orders tab, you'll notice that we have an array of orders here. Some are funded, some new. If we click on these new ones, they'll be empty because they are brand new. Completed ones will have receipt pages or the option to refund them. You'll notice we already have a refunded order here, and it doesn't give the option to refund, but you should still be able to see the receipt and so on. You're also able to hide orders. These go into a hidden tab as to not clog up our system with too many orders. And if we navigate back to our order in progress, you'll notice that it remains the same. Once you send items to the backend and then you actually hold an item, you are also no longer able to edit the items on them, but you are able to add new items, and you are still able to edit those new items. Now, I'll go ahead and show off our table section. This is a rank 3 feature created by Morris. If we go to our tables, you'll notice there's a unique looking layout. This can be changed and set in the settings menu by an owner count, which we are on. I'll show that in a second, but firstly, let me go ahead and show what a table looks like. So this is a table that is occupied by an order. If we click on it, we can see the check, the number of guests, the server, the items on the check, and the order status. We're able to actually move this to different tables, so we would be able to move this order to table 4 in case we ever needed to do that. And then you can see that it only shows tables that have open spots for new orders. Now let's assume we wanted to go ahead and change this layout. We're able to move this around, play with it however we want this playground. Let's go ahead and select it. We can make it bigger and longer, but if we go back to tables, it's not going to have any changes here because we have not saved the layout. So let's go ahead and add a table to this. We got table 6 and save this layout. If we go back to our table section, you'll notice that there's a new layout for our tables here. As well as this, we have a couple of other settings pages like menu management. This one allows you to create new items, do a few other things like edit items that already exist. So let's go ahead to this test item. We are able to change its image. So let's go ahead and make it a waterfall. And let's go ahead and set the price to 13 just to show off updating items. And voila, down here you can see that it's been edited and changed from the original version. As well as this, we have a couple of other settings such as the theme picker. This allows you to change the theme of the restaurant to different customizations. In the future, maybe customers could have their own color wheel to select from, but right now, this is the customization we allow users to have. As well as this, we have a basic profile settings page, and owners are allowed to change the settings of all users that belong to the restaurant. Another cool feature I'd like to show off is a Stripe integration. So if we go to this this order, and imagine the customer wants to pay, we can go ahead and click proceed on this order. It'll load a payment page in which we're able to select from different preset cards, imagining a customer presenting their card to the device. Right now we're going to present let's just present a card that's doomed to decline and go ahead and click no tip. It'll take you through a payment process in which it simulates a user paying, and then it will decline, obviously, since the card's supposed to decline. But if we pick a card that will accept, again, let's just not tip, it should go through. It'll ask the user for all the same details, inserting card, removing it. But this time it will go through. This payment does actually go through to Stripe and into the business's connected account that they have set up. Once you click no thank you, it'll navigate you to the front, and I'll go ahead and show off the Stripe settings page. Right now it says they're all set, but usually this would navigate you to Stripe's own onboarding system, and this is what allows owners to set up their own Stripe accounts and payment process, and it's how they deal with all of their actual business management. That's all handed off to Stripe. So yes, once a order has been ordered and finished, you are able to click this view receipt option and see what the receipt looks like online. You'll notice that there is no tip, that we calculate the tax and we show them options on this receipt. We did want to have a real printer, but the price of it was just too high, so for now we'll just have the online PDF. Lastly, I showed off earlier that you could actually refund orders, so I'll go ahead and show that off now. This is also handled by Stripe. We made it possible to get that done, so now this order has been refunded and the customer has their money back. Yeah, that will be it for our demo. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please let us know.